Hey folks, Slick with Paraclete Consulting Group. Just want to say hello to all of our followers, fellow Paracletes, subscribers, and fellow gun enthusiasts. Keep up the hard work. We really do appreciate it, and I want to thank you for all your support. One of the things that we've been working on for quite a while is our FAST test, the Fundamentals Assessment and Skills Test. It's 7 categories that each shooter must submit to and test. I'm going to go over that with you in just a second. Explain to you what the drills consist of. Shooters will complete that test, shoot those 7 separate courses of fire, come up with one total score based upon their highest score. We'll tally that up, and then it lets us know what category level that the shooter falls into: white, blue, black, or red. The way it's designed is we have 7 critical core assessment tests. Every shooter will take those 7 tests. You get to run each one of them 3 times. And we'll take your highest score, we'll total up your scores, add them up, and that'll let us know what bracket or level or degree that you fall into. And then we'll talk a little bit more about that in a second. So the first shot, or the first course of fire, is going to be the one-shot draw. So from the holster, I'm going to sound the buzzer, shooter will draw, boom, fire one shot from the 5-yard line. And that'll be done 3 times. We'll take your highest score, tally it up on the right. Next is a malfunction drill, failure to fire drill. Need to know how to clear that, most common malfunction out there. You will have 3 rounds. Somewhere in that 3 live rounds will be a dummy round, unknown to the shooter. On the sound buzzer, shooter will draw and fire, shoot those 3 rounds. Somewhere during those 3 rounds, they will encounter a malfunction, failure to fire. They will need to clear it, know how to clear that malfunction, and the shooter will do that 3 times. Next is our deadly force drill. That's also from the 5-yard line. Next is our deadly force drill, most common situation shooters may find themselves in. It's 2 rounds from the 7. 2 rounds from the 7. And again, you'll do that 3 times. Next is the failure drill. So 2 to the body, 1 to the head. And again, 3 times from the 7-yard line. Next, hammer drill. 4 rounds, center mass, as fast as we can go, working on trigger manipulation. Fast on the draw, fast on the presentation of the target, take up on the trigger, and you must be burning down that trigger. Trigger reset and fast trigger manipulation. So 4 rounds, center mass on the score box from the 7-yard line. Next is the bill drill, 4 to the body, 2 to the head. And again, you'll do that 3 times from the 7-yard line. However, bill drill's a great drill, but anatomically it's not configured correct for the human body. So we've changed it. Same drill, it's 4 to the body. You must traverse all the way up to the tee box on a 3x5 card, tee box area, and fire 2 rounds. And again, you'll do that 3 times from the 7-yard line. So I'm not going to go over each one of the individual time standards. We just add up your total times, your best hits. We take that best hit, total it up, it gives us a score. Whether you fall into your total score in the white belt, blue, black, or red. All right, so let me just go over the red times with you quickly. The one-shot draw, for it to count, must be under 1.5 seconds. 1.5. So I'm drawing, presenting, getting a shot on target, 1 round in 1.5 seconds or less. Next is the failure to fire drill. So again, I come up 3 rounds. Somewhere in there is a type 1 malfunction, which I must clear and continue the drill. And that's got to be done in 3 seconds. So a draw, 3 rounds, a stoppage, a clearage, and a re-engagement in 3 seconds. You must be hustling. The deadly force drill, 2 rounds. 2 rounds from the holster in 2 seconds. So I've got to clear my garment or clear my security feature on my holster, draw, present, 2 rounds. So I've got multiple things that I've got to do in 2 seconds or less. Bob, let me borrow my glasses. All right. Next is the failure drill, 2 to the body, 1 to the head. So I've got to draw 2 to the body, 1 to the head. I've got to traverse to the head. So I've got 5 things I've got to do, 2.5 seconds or less. Next is the hammer drill, draw 4 rounds, manage recoil, manage sight focus during recoil, fire 4 rounds, 2.5 seconds. The build drill, again, you got a little longer distance to go, 4 to the body, 2 to the head, 2 sight pictures, a draw, 1 sight picture, 4 rounds, second sight picture, new point of aim, 2 rounds, 3 seconds. So that lets you know our time standards to get to the red belt. You must be hustling. It's not easy. I will tell you, we spent a lot of time, put a lot of effort into this. We brought other shooters out on the range, all various degrees and types of shooters to help build this. We compared our time standards to it, the industry standard to it, and came up with these times. To get to the red belt, you must be an accomplished shooter, and you must be moving and have excellent fundamentals. However, if you want to get to the red level, it's not just those 7 courses of fire, but you also now must go to the 25-yard line. And you must hit in 10 seconds or less 5 consistent consecutive hits on steel from the 25. No misses. So you may meet all of the time standards on the courses of fire, get down here, pull a shot at the 25 and miss on 1 steel target, you're out. You automatically default to the black level because you've already exceeded that time standard. But you failed to make the time standard on the red. If you did pass all of those time standards and you shot 100% on the 5 rounds on steel from the 25-yard line, well, next you have a 50-round PCG qual. Okay, and that qualification is at the 25, the 15, the 10, 7, and the 5. 50 rounds, 2 points apiece for a score of 100. You are allowed to miss 2 rounds. 2 rounds. 2 rounds. However, those 2 rounds must be on the body. It can be outside the score ring, but you could have a miss here and a miss here. As long as they're on flesh, they count. Nothing off the target human silhouette. Right? And you must shoot 98% or better on that. So it's tough, but we hope everybody can come out and get to the red level. You may be able to shoot that. You can shoot red as many times as you want. But if you fail to pass 1 iteration or get the cumulative score or hit the 5 on steel or shoot 98% or better, you default to the black level. So, what are we giving out? As the shooters meet these time standards, then they'll get a white paraclete patch, a blue, black, or red. Okay, so sticker. You'll get these stickers for your gear, your ammo can, your vehicle, whatever you want. We'll give you a couple of those. And then you'll also get a patch to go with that for your kit, your gun bag, whatever it may be. So, man, there they are. I hope everybody comes out, really gets after it, trains, puts in the time. Man, email me directly. Go to our website, paracleteconsulting.org. You can email me right from that. I will send you the fast test so you have the time standards and something that you can continue or begin to dry fire on. To take the test, if you're here locally, you need to come out to the range, schedule a time with an instructor during a class or an open range day, and you must take the test with a paraclete instructor. For our followers that are out of state, not here with us in the San Antonio, Texas area, if you will video it, all of it, every course of fire, total up your score, provide us some type of evidence that you passed, then man, we will send you your sticker and your patch, and you can join the club and you know what level or degree you are at. Man, as shooters, we should all have a baseline standard. We put all this time into training, but do we ever get to compete against anyone else? Do we have a standard? Do we know what level of proficiency we're at? And by God, if you've earned it, then man, you ought to have some bragging rights to go with that. So again, patches and stickers for your gear and your equipment. Going to post another video here in just a second, talk about the scoring standards, do's and don'ts, what are required, and what the expectations are. So when you show up for testing, this is what you're going to encounter. This will be the expectations. We'll help you. We'll get everything loaded out. You bring ammo up on the firing line with you. You'll need a minimum of 3 magazines. You can shoot it outside the waistband on a hip holster, outside of the garment. If you do that though, you have already an additional 4 seconds added to your time because you're not having to manipulate garment on the draw. You are not having to manipulate the garment on your reloads to access your magazines. So it's half a second for each one of those things that I just mentioned. So 4 seconds added to your time right there. And that's already been factored into the qual. If you're gonna run appendix, that's fine. You must have 3 magazines on your body. For the reload drill, you don't wanna have that magazine stowed in your pocket. Okay, so you got to be able to get to it, access it quickly. So it's nice to have something with a sidecar like you see right here. This is a Legacy holster, by the way, one of my favorite holsters. I'll run another mag pouch on my belt and then a 3rd mag pouch there as well. So shooters will come up on the firing line. Once they're ready, we would like you to run this ice cold, which is what we did. So really no warm up, but we're not splitting hairs with you there. You'll come up on the firing line. You get 30 seconds of preparatory time. So that's your workspace, your work time. You get after it. Man, we hope to see you drawing, presenting, adjusting your natural point of aim, getting your footwork solid, picking up that side alignment, side picture. Manage breath control, get everything under control, load and make ready, and holster. We're ready to go. 30 seconds is all you're going to get right there. Placement of the hands. When we're shooting this quickly and we're splitting hairs with time standards of this tight, hand placement is critical. So one, my hand cannot be on my weapon, near the weapon. You can be in the interview stance like you see right here. You can split your hands, and as long as your hand is under your shirt but not touching it, that's fine. So I've got my hand down, my support hand and manipulate garment. It cannot touch the garment. If you touch the garment, that drill did not count. We're going to let you continue, and if you touch the garment, it didn't count because that's critical on these times when they're this tight. So hand placement here, manipulate the garment straight to the gun, draw, and continue with the course of fire. Everybody has a different stance. So on the firing line, if you take a really aggressive bladed stance, you're heavy on your support leg being forward and your strong leg being back, it turns you parallel, not where you're not parallel to the target. That's fine. Your support foot can be forward of the firing line, the 7 or the 5. However, your weapon must be behind the firing line, equal to or behind the firing line. If you fail to check that and you run that drill, it didn't count. So now you're down to just 2, your best 2 times. So check it, make sure your weapon's behind the firing line every single time. But again, that lead foot can be over the firing line if that's needed. If you stand isosceles parallel to the target, toes on the line, that's fine, you just can't be over the line, okay? All drills will be run off of a shot timer, okay? So again, shooter, you'll hear this, shooter stand by, you'll sound the buzzer, you'll draw and fire 2 rounds. Again, this body position is critical, okay? Shooter has a shooter-induced malfunction, meaning you short-stroked your trigger on trigger reset and failed to fire. Man, it's a shooter-induced error, and that was an onk, and you don't get that time, so now you're down to your 2 best times. And then failure to fire, a true failure to fire. If you come up on the course fire, you have a true failure to fire, tap rack, reassess, get that round out, you finish the drill. We will inspect that round. If there's a hammer strike on the primer, then shooter will get an alibi and shooter will get to run that drill again. We'll load them up, they can run it again. So it was not a shooter-induced issue, it was bad ammo. come up on the firing line, fail to load and make ready, shooter reduced error, that iteration did not count. So now you're down to your best 2 times. We're going to be scoring this out on our human silhouette, human anatomy skeleton target. Just what you see here, it's a normal body mass on a man-sized target. Its center mass in the chest is a 11 by 11 box. Okay, 11 by 11 box, and that'll be your score box. On the head, you have a 4-inch circle, 4-inch circle in the head. Everything's got to be in, everything. If you crease the line, and it's truly creased the line, we'll assess it, then we give that benefit to the shooter, shot count, and we'll give you that round. So in your dry fire practice, you might just put up a 8.5 by 11 sheet of white paper and just dry fire on that. And if you're consistently making these times on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, then you're going to be good to go on the score box on our targets. So get out there, hit me up, email me, go to the website, paracleteconsulting.org, go to the Facebook page and instant message me after you just hit like and follow. Or in the notes or comments on this YouTube post, connect with me, give me an email address. I'll be more than happy to email you the course of fire, the time standards. Hold yourself accountable. We want to see you push yourself, find out where you are today in the time standards, what level you're at, and take it. And then continue dry fire and get out to the range, practice it, because that will give you a goal, something to aim for, and you know what you need to do to get to that next level. We hope everybody gets to the red level. I tell you, it's not easy, but by God, if you earn it, man, we're going to put you up on the Facebook page, give you the credit where credit is due, because it's tough. So, keep training, be safe, be hard to kill, and thanks for all your support.